Ask Tom on Home Show.
John from Yoakum, Texas, has a question about attic insulation.
Yeah, he's looking for your nuts and bolts advice on this one, Tom. John writes to us, I'm using rolled or batted insulation in our attic, and he wants to know, do I use the faced insulation? And if so, I presume the face would not face the sheetrock, but face up into the attic. Secondly, should I use one layer between the studs followed by a perpendicular second layer? That way, two R19s together add up to an R38. What say you, Tom?
Well, first off, paper should never be facing up in an attic because it traps moisture below it, and then all of a sudden you get moisture problems in your insulation, which destroys the R value. So in new construction, what we'll do is we'll buy the full R38 with the paper on there, at least the way I used to do it. And what I would do is I would have it stapled to the bottom of the ceiling joists before the sheetrock went up, and all the work in the attic was done, except maybe once in a while a couple little things need to be taken care of, like starting up the air conditioner, but usually there's a clear path to that. So as far as that goes, I didn't want people walking around in the attic maybe destroying the brand new sheetrock we had already put up in a brand new home. In an existing home, all your attic insulation should be unfaced. If you get blown in, which is the easiest for people, blow it into the R38. It's all unfaced. It goes where you put it, and with the fiberglass, it stays where you want it to stay. If you want to do it with the blankets like you're talking about, then you can go between the joist with an R19, and usually they're about 6 to 8 inches, and this will get pretty close, and you can go perpendicular over the top with another layer, and that's pretty standard practice too, but all of it is unfaced, no facing whatsoever.
Yeah. Now, if you're going to do something like that in a retrofit, in that case, Tom, wouldn't it be a whole lot easier just to do a blown in?
It's easier if you want to hire somebody. Here's the problem: a lot of people want to do it yourself. Who knows? You might be out in the country. You might have the insulation already bought. Whatever the case may be. If you're going to do it yourself, it can be, or you're going to pay somebody to do it. It's very labor intensive. As far as fiberglass and blowing in, you have to have a special truck mounted machine, and it's not something you can rent at the store. Although I guess you could, but it might be very expensive. And then you got to go through the whole process of learning this giant machine, somebody putting the bags in, somebody upstairs spreading around using the hose, and it gets a little more difficult. So for do-it-yourselfers, laying out the blankets is usually the way they go. But hiring somebody, I would have it blown in. It's fast, it's quick, they're set up, they get in, they get out very quickly, and it's all done. And I would price it all out and decide which way you want to go.
All right. You got a question? Tom won't blow you off, and he'll insulate you from making mistakes. Click on the Ask Tom button right there at HomeShowRadio.com. You send us a video. You can send it in writing. If you send it in writing, you can also send pictures, and that helps us out. Tom does these every day because he likes to help people. And you can help him help you by giving us more to work with. You'll find new videos posted every day on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and, of course, at HomeShowRadio.com.